You're listening to Financial Advisor Marketing, the best show on the planet for financial advisors who want to get more clients without all the stress. You're about to get the real scoop on everything from lead generation to closing the deal. James is the founder of theadvisorcoach.com, where you can find an entire suite of products designed to help financial advisors grow their businesses more rapidly than ever before. Now, here is your host, James Pollard.
Welcome to the podcast, Financial Advisor Marketing, More Clients, Less Stress. That's what I do here. I do nothing but help you, my dear financial advisors. I coddle you and swaddle you like my little baby, and I help you. And this is going to be a good episode. And I say I'm going to swaddle you like a little baby because some people who are listening to this may start crying in this episode.
I thought you were going to spank them.
I'm going to spank them. I am. You better believe it. And I can't remember who said it. I think it was Dan Kennedy. And before we started recording this podcast, I tried to look it up. I just Googled this quote and tried to find it. But I think it was Dan Kennedy. And he said, if I haven't offended at least 2 people by 10 a.m., I'm not doing my job. What do you think about that quote?
I think you're about to hit it.
Yeah, a lot more than 2 people. And I offend people all the time. And what's funny is that I've noticed that the people that really get up in arms. Now, sometimes I do cross the line, and I very rarely apologize. But when I do, and when an apology really sincerely is due, I will step up to the plate and I will apologize. But what I've noticed is the people who really get up in arms about the stuff that I say and I do, they never bought anything from me. Like they
Shocker.
Don't. Right. Yeah. It's so funny. And well, I used to like really tiptoe around and walk on eggshells and worry about pleasing every single person. And then I realized a lot of these people that will get offended at no matter what I say. If I try to clean it up and I try to make it nice and I do my best I really went out of the way for these people, and they still like got offended. I couldn't believe it. So I said, that's fine. I'll just crank it up. And when I started cranking it up, people got upset. And when they sent me the nasty hate emails and LinkedIn comments and things like that, I just typed their name into my shopping cart, or I typed their email into my shopping cart, and voila, they've never bought anything. So it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if I offend them. And I love that quote. I love the, if I haven't offended 2 people, at least 2 people by 10 a.m., I'm not doing my job. And I think about it all the time, and I try to apply it in my own life. And with my emails, I love email marketing, and I usually send my personal emails like about 10:30, 11 o'clock every single day. So in my case, I don't offend 2 people by 10 a.m. I usually get it done by lunchtime. So
Lovely.
I have to up my game and send my emails out at 9 a.m. So,
Piss them off early.
Right. Now, this episode does contain some hard truths, but if you do take it to heart, it may very well change your life. And this could be the moment everything changes for you. Now, have you ever had a light bulb moment, Jonathan?
Yeah, I've had like 4 since I've been recording with you.
Oh, my God. Yeah. Tell me about it, right? I've had several light bulb moments in my life. Like, the mayonnaise is the reason why Whoppers have all those calories for the most part. I was just like, I'll take the mayonnaise off my Whopper and I won't have as many calories.
Boom.
Yeah. Light bulb moment right there. Or, back when I was doing the 9 to 5 grind, I realized if I left 15 minutes early, I wouldn't get any rush hour traffic.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yep. I don't have to deal with that anymore. But that was another light bulb moment. So with the financial advisors, if you have a light bulb moment here, that's what I'm going after. It has nothing to do with mayonnaise, nothing to do with rush hour. But just wanted to give you some examples from my own life. And I wanted to humanize myself a little bit here for you. Now, the first reason, and perhaps the biggest reason why financial advisors are hypocrites, and I'm not saying all financial advisors are hypocrites, but there are some out there that are just straight up hypocrites. There's no nice way to put it. I don't know how else to describe it. The biggest reason why some financial advisors are hypocrites is because they spend all day talking to other people about investments, and they can't even invest in themselves.
No.
Ooh, I know. I cannot stand it. And it really blows my mind. Like, and what's funny is that a lot of my products, Now, my newsletter does not come with a money-back guarantee, but a lot of my products come with a 100% money-back guarantee. If you're not happy, you get your money back anyway. And I've noticed that there are financial advisors out there who won't invest in something guaranteed that comes with a money-back guarantee, but yet they want to spend all day talking to people that put their life savings and money that they've worked 20 years for and they've slaved and they've broken their backs. They want these people to invest in something that's not guaranteed. Now, can you tell me what's wrong with that picture?
That's total BS.
Exactly. That's a hypocrisy. And take my newsletter. I know I brought up the newsletter. My newsletter is $99 per month. And I didn't do so well with my math classes, but I brought up the old calculator here and I found out that my newsletter was $3.26 per day. Is that going to break the bank for anybody, Jonathan?
I hope not.
Now, people who say they can't afford that, they need to get real with themselves and they need to say the truth. I won't afford that. You know? They still have cable. You still have your little fancy smartphone, your iPhone.
Starbucks.
Yep, Starbucks, your mocha latte, something. I don't know. I haven't been to a Starbucks in years, but Starbucks, they used to do this thing for pets. It was like nothing but foam. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I've never seen that.
There's something, there's like a cup and they put nothing but foam in it. It's like your pet latte. I don't know. I've seen it on the internet where these pets are just drinking from Starbucks. And there are people that spend money on that. Maybe it was free. I don't know. I doubt that Starbucks is giving anything away for free. But if it's free, hey, I stand corrected. But the minute I saw financial advisors getting a little latte for their dog and they weren't buying that newsletter or investing in that newsletter, I should say, I knew there was a problem. They get more pleasure from this dumb stuff. They get more pleasure from the little smartphone. They get more pleasure from their cable. They get more pleasure from that $10 a month Planet Fitness stuff that they never go to because they don't hit the gym. They get more pleasure from that. But you know what gives me pleasure?
What?
Getting more clients.
Yeah.
Increasing my income. Building a business. If you spend all day telling these people to invest and you aren't even investing in yourself, what's that called?
Yeah, that's hypocrisy. And you're doing your clients a disservice too because you're not making yourself better either.
Right. Actually, that is an extremely good point. I didn't even think about that. Thank you for bringing that up. Yeah, you're not even making yourself better. Because if you make yourself better, you can serve your clients more efficiently, more effectively, and it just makes everything better. So the biggest reason some financial advisors are hypocrites is because they don't invest in themselves. Second reason, and I know we've mentioned this on previous podcast episodes, but I want to be explicit here and I want to put this in stone. It's that financial advisors talk a lot about diversification and they won't diversify their marketing methods. And this goes back to something I preach all the time, having multiple marketing strategies. Whether you're on LinkedIn or cold calling or sending out direct mail, if you depend on just that one source of clients, you're putting yourself at tremendous risk because what if something goes wrong? And years ago, the financial advisors, I wouldn't expect you guys to know this because you're not like in the marketing world, but Jonathan and I would know. Years ago, there was something called the Google slap. Do you remember the Google slap?
Who doesn't?
There are all these people that found a way to like trick Google or like hack the Google algorithm or whatever. And they found a way to rank #1 on Google and get on the first page of Google. And it was like a Wild West back then. And one day, Google got wise to the game and layeth the smackdown on people. And it's called the Google slap. And for everyone who is dependent on Google or SEO, and SEO is still a great marketing strategy, don't get me wrong, but the point I'm trying to illustrate here is that the people who are dependent on that marketing strategy got crushed. Like, there were people who literally like lost their income overnight. And it's true. And I just don't want to see that happen to financial advisors. I care too much.
Hey, financial advisors, are you ready to take your business to the next level and get more clients with less stress? I invite you to join the James Pollard Inner Circle, a paper and ink newsletter that gets delivered directly to your door every month. When you join now, you'll also get a 90-minute instant download called 5 Keys to Success for Financial Advisors, a $97 value for absolutely free. All you have to do is head over to theadvisorcoach.com/newsletter and join today.
So James, I'm gonna press here a little bit, and you don't have to answer if you don't want to. But let's just say that you had to pick 3 to start out with, or 3 that you would recommend right now. What are 3 marketing strategies people could diversify into?
I would do LinkedIn, direct mail, and referrals.
There you go. Fair enough.
And I obviously you want to follow up with your direct mail with a call, but I wouldn't call. The reason I didn't explicitly say cold calling is because it's not really a cold call. I mean, I guess it kind of is, but I will follow up with that direct mail piece with a phone call. Yeah. Here's what happens. Now, of course, I want to backtrack a little bit. You want to pick a niche first. That's number one, numero uno, most important. If you pick a niche and you pick corporate executives and you find a way to send them a mail piece that gets past the gatekeeper and all that good stuff, well, you can very feasibly reach like 500, 600, 700 corporate executives in a very short amount of time. I mean, that's what mail does. And a cold call, you're spending all day long just like beating your head against the wall. And there's a time and a place for cold calling. But the mail piece, it sends your message for you. And the copywriting, it's salesmanship in print. I know you've heard that before, Jonathan.
Sure.
You're selling yourself, and it's in print. And I say LinkedIn because you can find your prospects very easily. You can connect with them. You can reach out to them. It works for you 24/7. If you haven't listened to my mistakes financial advisors make on LinkedIn, I did a podcast episode about that of like 2 episodes back. Make sure you listen to that. And referrals, it's because referrals, it's just one of the best marketing strategies on the planet because you grow organically. It doesn't cost you much. Referrals beget referrals. There are a lot of reasons why you want to do that. But financial advisors who talk about diversification and having multiple investments, a little bit in stocks and a little bit in bonds and your annuity and your insurance and whole life insurance and being your own bank, and they get you real diversified. And it's good. It's a good investment strategy, and it makes sense for a lot of people. But financial advisors aren't taking their own medicine when it comes to marketing. And that's being a hypocrite. Don't want to do that. Now, the last one. Now, I know you have some notes here, Jonathan, and I hope you're following along with the little notes I gave you. And at Financial Advisors, I like to share with Jonathan some of the things I'm going to talk about so he can say, hey, maybe you don't want to talk about this, or maybe you're being a little too harsh. I know you can see the next bullet point. Now, do you think people are going to get upset with this one?
If they get upset, then they need the medicine.
Right, exactly. And this is a big reason why some financial advisors are hypocrites. And it's when they give financial advice when they're broke. If you have no money, you haven't, formed your income, you haven't made investments, you are broke. And if you cannot give financial advice when you're broke, it's like having a fat personal trainer. Am I wrong?
Yeah, that's terrible.
I show up to the powerhouse and I want to work out. I want to get in shape, have that summer body, that beach body. I'm eating the Mediterranean diet and I get there and this 400-pound man who's like 5'5" comes out. Do you think I want him training me?
And smoking a cigarette.
Yeah, and he's smoking a cigarette. He's smoking a cigarette and he's got a little flask there. He's sweaty. Poor hygiene. No. Now, I will be completely honest here. This cannot always be avoided. And I am not bashing people who do not have money. I have been there. I have been poorer or broker, I should say. Poor. I like poor as a mentality, right? Yeah. I've never been poor. My mentality has never, ever, ever been poor. But I have been broke. I have had parts in my life where I've had no money, and I've even had negative money, and I've had debt. And my heart goes out to these people because I know that as a financial advisor, if you're brand new and you're broke, you get a pass for like a year, right? So if you're a brand new advisor, being broke for a short amount of time, it's okay because you got to build your business, because you got to make a living, and then you got to start making some smart moves with your money, and you got to invest. But if you're an advisor and you've been working with people and clients and you for like 10 years or 15 years and you're still broke, because you haven't gotten your act together, you are a hypocrite. There is no way in the world you should be giving financial advice.
That's scary.
Yeah, it is extremely scary. And I sleep just fine at night. But if these clients knew that their financial advisor was broke, even though they've been advising for like 15 or 20 years, they would fire him or her in a heartbeat. They would get rid of these people so fast their heads would spin. And there's an old joke. There's like it's not a meme, but it's like a cartoon that circulates on the internet. There's a cartoon of this wife answering the door, and the wife says, honey, the pizza delivery boy's here. And like, oh, wait, that's your financial advisor. So if you are a financial advisor with 10 or 15 years of experience and you're out there delivering pizzas, something's wrong. And this is similar to investing in yourself, because you are the best investment you can make. Would you agree with that? It's best investment?
Oh, always. Yeah.
Nobody, and you invest in real estate, right? Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but you do?
Yes, sir.
Well, people can take real estate away. And that's very, very hard to do, and it's not likely. And real estate's an amazing investment. But if everything somehow went away, like if some divine being snapped his fingers and you lost all your real estate.
Divine being, the government.
Yeah, right. The government. Yeah, the government. And they snapped their fingers and everything was taken away. Well, you would still have your knowledge.
Yeah. This is my second take, by the way, on this business.
Oh, yeah. It's more than my second take. Now, I have never massively screwed up. And maybe that's one of the reasons why I'm not more successful. Maybe I would have been more successful had I massively screwed up. My life, I'm not going to get into my whole life story, but for the financial advisors that don't really know me, I've had a bunch of like small failures and like there's things like that. I've never like bankrupted a massive company or like something crazy. These success stories where they say, oh, you know, my brother was killed and my mom had cancer and my neighborhood collapsed and my house, set on fire and somebody ran over my dog all in 3 months and then I became a billionaire, right? That's not me. And I'm not claiming that, but you have to realize that your knowledge and your skills can never be taken away from you. Even if all that terrible stuff did happen, you would still have your health, your knowledge. Even if you didn't have your health, you would still have your knowledge. You could be sick and make this work.
Yeah, your ability to solve those problems does not go away.
Right. Which means one of the best ways for a financial advisor to make more money is to simply invest in skills and knowledge. Yet so many people won't do that. They're so stubborn. And the last book some of these people read was in college or high school. Yeah. They graduate college and they get their certification and they think they're good. They think they're done. They think they're going to coast for the rest of their life. You know people like this?
All around me.
No, you don't associate with these people, of course.
No, I look at them and point and laugh.
Yeah, me too. Me too. So I do want to recap here. Probably one of the more offensive episodes that I've ever done. But I figure that I should get this new podcast started off on the right foot and clear out some of the people who aren't the right fit for me. So the people who got offended probably would never buy anything from me ever anyway, no matter how.
They don't have the money.
So I'm doing you a favor. If you don't want to listen to me and you don't like this message that I'm sending right now, congratulations. I just saved you a bunch of time. Because if you listen to the next 10, 20 podcast episodes, like 20 minutes each, I just saved you 200, 400 minutes. So you're welcome. If you make $10 an hour, just save you a bunch of money. So recap, the reasons financial advisors are broke, or the reason that they're hypocrites, I should say. So when they give advice when they're broke, they talk about diversification when they won't diversify their marketing strategies. And the worst of all, in my opinion, is when they talk to people all day long, or maybe they don't have any clients, or don't have any appointments, so they want to talk to people all day long about investments when they don't even invest in themselves.
Dirty. What's coming up next time, James?
The next episode, we're going to do a little bit of a positive spin here. We're going to go from negative to positive type deal. And we're going to talk about how financial advisors can scale their business. So if you want to grow and you want to get big, I'm talking about scale here. Scale means the ability to replicate your process to grow your business with the same amount of involvement or maybe even less involvement from you. If that's what you want to listen to the episode. I've got some good stuff planned. And the few advisors who actually take my advice, they're going to make out like bandits.
Ooh, can't wait for that one. So another show is in the can. We'll be back in your earbuds next time. Thank you for tuning in.
This is thepodcastfactory.com.